The bulletin was authored by Truro Police Service. The individual concerned, the gunman in the April 18th, 19th incidents, resided, his sort of principal residence at the time was in Dartmouth. So that led the investigation of the tip to Halifax Regional Police. They followed up with that. They made us aware that there was some information pertaining to the Portapique residence that the gunman owned at the time. And I can't speak exactly about what we did or didn't do with the information. I don't have that information because, like I said, the bulletin has been purged. I can also say about pieces of information like that, like crime bulletins or officer safety bulletins, we get those routinely, daily, even ones of a content that is being described about this particular bulletin. I can tell you that it's not out of the ordinary for us to receive something like that.
Media reports have raised questions regarding the level of communications between the RCMP and other Nova Scotia police agencies, as well as an apparent lack of requests from the RCMP to other Nova Scotia police agencies for assistance on April 18th and the 19th. There is detailed information that refutes these claims. I can confirm that the RCMP was in contact with other Nova Scotia police agencies several times throughout the incident, and that information was communicated to all Nova Scotia police agencies as it became known. These updates and communications originated from the risk manager in our operational communications center, the critical incident commander, from RCMP management, as well through members who were actually involved in the incident. Other Nova Scotia police agencies also contacted the RCMP directly for information, and information was provided to those agencies in those cases as well. With respect to requests for assistance, other Nova Scotia police agencies were asked to assist the RCMP in a variety of ways, and in fact, they offered assistance as well. This included agreements by other Nova Scotia police agencies to cover calls for service in RCMP jurisdictions while our officers were occupied in the response, providing investigative assistance as well with priority witness interviews while the situation was unfolding, evacuating potential victims from residents known to the gunman, as well as providing lockdown security to an area hospital where some of the injured victims were being treated.
I can tell you when I was stationed in Vancouver Drugs, we get, and we often were called in, if we got information about an individual that had put threats out on either a member or police officers in general, the first thing we would do is a risk assessment. And on that risk assessment, you assess whether is this individual, does he have the capacity to carry out this threat? And obviously some of the things that you've mentioned, you do their background, what's their criminal past, have we had complaints in the past? I mean, if you would have looked at all the red flags and actually had done that, it begs that a very in-depth investigation should have been carried out, because obviously this individual had the wherewithal. Obviously, I mean, without knowing all the facts, definitely an individual that's unbalanced in a lot of ways. And the fact that he had this arsenal of weapons should have immediately created an investigation to deal with it. And I think that's where a lot of questions, I think, are coming in. And I think that's what you're going to see in this hearings that are going to be coming up. I mean, there's a lot of answers that the RCMP is going to have to atone for. I mean, just to say that they overlooked it is unacceptable. I don't understand how it could be overlooked.